backline throw into the top of the circle.
And Sutherland just looking to tidy up that game. It's the contact calls, the obstructions that just take them out of play, just give the confidence back to the Sri Lankan shooters. And the shooter pairing of Sri Lanka really gaining momentum now. Good hands there from the Sri Lanka goal defence. Ewadiwa. Takes the step. There goes the goal again for Scotland.
Scotland limiting that second ball from the centre pass with some good in-front defending on the one-on-one. Gives them the turnover, and can they put it to convert? Very patient to the circle edge. Noticeably very much down that right side of the court.
Yes, great work by Boyle there. Good strong drive to get herself to that circle edge position, but just can't secure the goal, Scotland. So here we go, Sri Lanka. Great double play there by the goal attack. She's the playmaker for Sri Lanka, not afraid to put the shot up either. Rajapaksha, she'll be pleased with that passage of play. Patient build up again from Scotland. Good ball to space there.
A little bit of hesitation from Goodwin there. She looked around and thought about it, and then obviously running out of her 3-second time. So
and now we see big wave. I'm sure that's a parent of one of the players in the crowd there, just on the left of commentary. And again, just getting caught out, Denise, on the penalties. So free shots really for Sri Lanka.
I think it's just about the defence getting the range and the timing, because they're just catching the body a little bit. Perhaps need to come off the body a little bit more, take an extra step to get a better timed elevation.
And if you're looking at the court now, you will see it's marked up pretty nicely. And if you are looking out on social media, look out for hashtag Riabatsa. And what that means is go take the game to the opposition. So go get them, go take it. That's what we've been told in Botswana. Hashtag Riabatsa means, and it is the hashtag for this competition. Should we expect any changes, Denise, going into the second quarter? We can see the Scotland squad members warming up there.
Quite sure, because you always want to start with the strongest 7 in a World Cup. Just depends what the coaches feel they might need to change. At the moment, I just think both teams are matching up quite well. But there you can see that mistimed interception. Just getting the hang of that lobbed ball going into the goal shooter.
So less than 2 minutes to go now in this first quarter of the first game, day 1 in Botswana. It's the World Youth Cup, and Scotland in possession, seeking out another goal.
Oh, beautiful baseline drive by Scotland goal attack.
And that's McCall.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't convert, so Scotland having to defend back. Yeah, that's a good pressure in the circle by Sutherland to get the turnover. Leading into, I wonder if they're aware, Anita, of the time.
So less than 1 minute to go. Plenty of time for Goodwin to seal this one. She gets the call, the obstruction, and there she goes, puts another one in. That's a good response by Scotland. Pressure. There we see those supporters in the crowd. willing the team on, travelled a long way from Scotland through to the African continent and to Botswana. But that's the problem. That's the one that Scotland will be looking to change. And it's their goal shooter, goal attack combination from Sri Lanka. Rajapaksha, the goal attack. Vijay Singhi, the goal shooter. Working strong together. Chance to get another goal in before the break. Oh, great rebound there by Goodwin. And she scores the goal. So that's the end of the first quarter. Good strong opening by both teams. A little nervous at the start, Sri Lanka and Scotland, but just sense momentum, just siding with Scotland as we moved into those last 2 minutes. So we'll take a short break. I'm sure the coaches have got an awful lot to say to the two teams in this interval. Under Gadaji. The Sri Lankan bench there just poised watching this first game unfold. Great response to the delight of the Scotland bench and the crowd. There we see supporters making their move into this arena for the World Youth Cup. Give us a wave, there they do. Scotland flags are out this morning. Again, good pressure through that mid-channel there by Scotland and the defensive unit. That's the pressure point. It's the high ball coming over the top of the Scotland defence. Setting of the triangle there. Good response from Sri Lanka.
Interesting, there's Sri Lanka parents and family have also come to watch. Really exciting opportunity for them. Another footwork error from Sri Lanka. Same happening with Scotland, so both teams, some basic errors creeping into their game as the under-21s try to keep the pressure on each other. A 3-second call from the umpire. And Scotland now have possession. Sri Lanka working hard to get in the front position.
Oh, just short there. Here we go again. Sri Lanka working this ball through the court. And good supporting play there by Sutherland, but just can't get that ball through to the shooters. And there McCall, just a little bit too much on that pass, but good transition onto defence by Scotland. Almost turnover ball, yes, there it comes again. Credit to the attacking unit there. All that pressure on the front of the Sri Lankan defensive unit. And it drops in there. Good, strong performance in this second quarter. And that was Goodwin, but Sri Lanka still hunting this ball in that mid-court from the Scotland centre pass. There we see the centre just caught there, offside. So chance for Scotland just to reset their position. You can see the tussle in there between Goodwin and the goalkeeper, Ilangatharanaj from Sri Lanka. Good response from Scotland, to the delight of the crowd, the travelling supporters from Scotland. As we said, we can hear them in commentary just to our left. And just sense, Denise, that Scotland are starting to pull away in this game, but Sri Lanka not giving up.
No, not at all. Both teams, we had about 2-3 minutes where we had error rates from both teams. Nobody put the score, got that goal, but obviously the teams have collected themselves, and then we're going goal for goal at the moment. Obviously Scotland are taking a dominant lead here in this second quarter. That's mainly led by the accuracy of Goodwin.
So great start from Scotland. Lots of pressure, lots of one-on-one defence, tight defensive pressure all the way through the court from Scotland. Impressive to see. They've really just stepped up in this second quarter. Starting to just move the ball quickly. Can't fault their structure at the centre pass. It's just nailing these shots, just taking that deep breath. It's great to see so many individuals expressing the fact that they're watching this game back in Scotland, supporting the players. And this is just the first game, day one, Netball World Youth Cup, Gaborone 2017. And what a proud time for the people of Botswana to be hosting the World Youth Cup, a major event in netball for the first time. So less than 2 minutes to go in this second quarter. And there we see just opening up the back space there. The goal shooter just left alone by the post. Wijen Zingi putting that ball away. And good structure by Scotland around the circle edge. There's always the availability of one of the mid-quarters just to offload that ball. And there we see it's Goodwin who nails that shot for Scotland, moving into the midway point of this first game. Can Sri Lanka offload this ball? But that's great pressure, superb pressure by the goalkeeper from Scotland, McPhail. She's really finding her form. She's having to step up. She's having to cope with that height difference, and seeing the switch as well between Sutherland and McPhail, just paying dividends there, just mixing up what they're doing in that defensive circle.
Yeah, that's what we mentioned in the first quarter, and obviously the quarter interval, the coaches can then speak with the players and talk about the different tactics that they might use, and this has been to the benefit of Scotland in this quarter.
And great ball to the back shooter there. It's Goodwin just opening out from that tight defence. Final minute to go. Can they put that ball in? Yes, they do. It's Goodwin. She's holding strong. We've been impressed with her so far. And there we go. That's the whistle. That's the half-time point. Scotland taking a healthy lead now into the second half of the game. And Sri Lanka, they'll be disappointed with that second half performance, but it's the strength and the power of Scotland on that defensive work, the one-on-one defence, the great work of Goodwin, and seeing Edgar come to the court at wing defence, just putting that added pressure on, and it's been a good, solid opening for Scotland. We'll be back for the second half shortly. Stay with us. We'll be back on the live stream to pick up the second part of this game. Welcome back to this third quarter of Game 1 at the Netball World Youth Cup, Gaborone 2017. And this is the first game against Sri Lanka and Scotland. Sri Lanka with the centre pass. So a convincing second quarter from Scotland takes us into this third. 16 goals to 7 was the score in the second quarter to Scotland after a 17-14 lead in the first. So moving into this third quarter, quick turnover ball, and here we see Sutherland on the speed and the movement through the mid-court, and the stalwart Goodwin putting that ball in.
We've seen Anita a really effective centre pass, first and second phase, and the sealing off of the goal by Goodwin has taken Scotland into an 11 goal lead. How can Sri Lanka get back?
So something that I'm sure Edgar will be looking at is the number of penalties. We talked about it in quarter 1. Scotland reduced that penalty count into quarter 2. And here we see really strong centre pass structure from Scotland. Great straight line play through to goal. Not an awful lot of pressure on that last one, that last passage of play. Can Sri Lanka stay in this game? Can they find the height of the goal shooter? And with Jensingi posed some problems to Scotland in quarter 1. Defence have worked hard to mix up their game. And it's the fast movement of the goal attack of Sri Lanka still that brings that ball through. Rajapaksa working hard with Ratna Malala, the wing attack. And it drops in again for Scotland. Healthy start to this third quarter for Scotland. They'll be looking to extend this lead even further in this first pool game. Using the full width of the court, Sri Lanka, but there goes Sutherland. She's got that strong front position. It's got to be more than just a lateral move from Rajapaksa, the goal attack. Good vision there by the centre from Sri Lanka. Undugajaji. Taking control in the circle, Goodwin. He's got a one-on-one situation most times, and that's working for Scotland, with McCall just holding out at times. Always looking long, and that's the centre link to the shooter. Not afraid to look long early. Undugajaji, the centre, linking well with Wijensingi, the shooter. But so quick, Scotland through the court now. It is just about nailing those shots, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Some excellent changes of direction, because I think Sri Lanka are marking up really, really well. And there we have another conversion, and there you can see a 3-on-2 situation for Scotland. They're very quick to get a lot of players around the ball carrier and the first mover. That puts in a lot of pressure, so they have to go long, Sri Lanka. And there you see the lofted ball, and we get a tip from Scotland's centre. Really well worked. A little bit of a tumble there.
So the height of the goal shooter from Sri Lanka just posing a few problems still.
That's an excellent front cut from the goal attack to the top of the circle, giving an easy entry with a fast shooter to shoot a ball to goal shooter. That was a superb execution. Great skill by Sri Lanka in their passing.
Oh, a great roll there. So just holding high in the circle there, Goodwin, using that expertise, and just takes that roll towards the post. Good timing, good strong movement. And Sri Lanka just on the back foot now, but impressive pressure from all of the Scotland line on defence at the centre pass. Everybody striving to get in front of that ball, put the pressure on. Almost the attempt there on the fly from the goalkeeper from Scotland. And some good thinking by McPhail, just starting to challenge outside of the circle. It is just about the timing to fly for that intercept.
Six all at the moment in this quarter, so it's all nip and tuck. That's equal scoring for both teams, so it's a great start to the third quarter.
So Edgar just supporting the play through the court. We're starting to see the defensive line from Scotland bring that ball through the two-thirds. And again, chance for Scotland just to work this ball around. Just getting caught on the contact now. The Sri Lankans, good positioning around the circle edge by the mid-quarters. And swing of the ball there from the centre from Scotland. Metcalf.
Bit of a hesitation from Goodwin on that shot, which was quite close range. And Sri Lanka get the opportunity to take this ball through the court, and we're looking in. Will it be the lofted ball? And no, Sutherland just mistimes it. That's a great ball to go for when you're sat in the circle, that cross-court ball.
So again, Sri Lanka just caught out there with the strong positional work and play by the two shooters from Scotland. That's McCall and Goodwin that we've spoken a lot about. So Sri Lanka making this move again through the court, working the ball short but not gaining an awful lot of distance as they come through this mid-court area. But this is the pressure point, this is where they look to their shooter. But some good defensive work now by the Scotland pair.
Yeah, they're really working well together. Got a little bit more confident there. You can see we're going out to take any opportunity where the ball might be lifted. There goes another one. So that's much better positioning of the body so that they can run on and take that extended leap.
Almost there, Sutherland just caught the body of the shooter from Sri Lanka, Vijay Singh. And she gets that shot at goal. Little hesitant. She's got the height. Just needs to steady and set for the shot. Good hand there by Sutherland, but caught on the contact. Probably a few too many contact calls, Denise. Sutherland will be desperate to reduce those.
Yes, she will. She's just obviously getting a bit more adventurous and courageous and taking some chances out there. Just needs to adjust her footwork to get her hand round so she's not on the body.
So for those late joining this streamed match, this is round one, day one of the Netball World Youth Cup in Gaborone in Botswana. And if you can see the court, you can see the hashtag for this World Youth Cup, hashtag Riabatsa. Simply means, in the language of Botswana, go take it to them, go take your game to the opposition through this competition.
And these teams, two teams on this first match of the World Youth Cup are certainly doing that.
This has been a good, exciting opening. We've started to see more of the crowd come in for this first game. Early morning start. But the crowd really enjoying this, and there we see a change of goal attack for Scotland. And sure, the coaches of Scotland will be keen to get as many of this squad onto court in this first game, just to expose the players to the competition, to the pressure. There we see Leslie MacDonald, Claire Brownie, deep in thought, asking for more from their squad, from their 7 on court.
It's interesting that Sri Lanka actually reducing the deficit now, and they're coming back. This last 4 minutes, we've gone from Scotland having an 11-goal lead, right, to 9. So they're eating away at that scoreline.
Oh, good work, Sutherland. We talked about her hunting for ball outside of the circle. She did that, just closed down, closed the gap, worked well with the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper from Scotland, that's MacPhail. MacPhail and Sutherland just starting to close and stop the run to circle edge of the Sri Lankan pair. Easy for Goodwin, front position. Just got to lift that shot, but she takes the rebound. Second chancer, it goes in.
Well, MacPhail comes out on another fly, very, very well read. That only comes from the pressure from the wing defence and goal defence in front of her. Force that longer ball from Sri Lanka, and they complete it really, really well with Goodwin on the end.
So characteristic centre pass, straight line ball. Second phase of the centre pass takes that ball to the circle edge. It's a good, solid structure for Scotland on their attacking centre pass, and we see substitution, Sri Lanka, wing defence change. So positional change for Scotland. We see the wing defence move to goalkeeper. So Edgar is now pairing up with Sutherland in the circle. And Antoine to wing defence for Scotland. So lots of positional changes coming from Scotland as they start to commence their campaign through this World Youth Cup. Good to see all of the players taking to the court. But Sri Lanka, again, not going away in defence, coping well with that short ball, getting round the body. And we're into the last minute of quarter 3 of this game. Still the pressure being put on that one-on-one by Boyle at wing attack for Scotland. And there we see characteristic offload, setting of the 1-2 there. Bit of a playmaker, Rajapaksha. She's struggled a little bit to keep up with the pressure of Sutherland in quarter 3, but certainly someone who came out strong in the first half of the game. But a little bit of fatigue set in now, but still offloading to the goal shooter from Sri Lanka. And there we go, that's the end of quarter 3. And we see a healthy scoreline for Scotland as we move into the final interval. And we'll be back for quarter 4 shortly. Good use of the width of the court from Scotland. Just pulling the defensive line from Sri Lanka. And Antoine there just putting in the challenge. Strong arms over the ball at the centre pass, but it is the height still of the Sri Lankan shooter, Wijizengi, just putting the pressure on. And Sutherland to the deck there, just struggling. She's up.
Looks like she might have just got a face caught by an arm. It's always going to be challenging when there's body on body in that circle. Everybody's contesting. So goal for goal at the start of this last quarter.
Good pressure there by Antoine. Sri Lankan throw in. Oh, good hand, Sutherland. Good response. And fast transition through the court. And there we see the coach of Sri Lanka. She made some good substitutions in quarter 3, Denise.
Yes, she did. She brought the team. They haven't given up. It looked after the second quarter as if Scotland had sealed it, but I don't think this game is over yet, Nita.
Deep in thoughts, Leslie MacDonald. But she'll be pleased with this performance, mixing up the combinations as well. It is the calm, composed Goodwin that just keeps sealing those goals at the critical points for Scotland, just when Sri Lanka get a little bit of momentum on their side, but cannot fault the centre pass structure from Scotland in this game. And Antoine, yes, got the cover there. Limited movement from the wing attack from Sri Lanka. Good strong take. And good cut there, front cut through from the Scotland wing attack.
Antoine in wing defence has come on and made a real impact. That's 2 interceptions she's created.
So great pressure. And it's good to see the reward from that intercept. The reward being the goal at the other end. So Antoine seems to be the impact player for Scotland on that wing defence position. just needs to take that second hand onto the ball. The Sri Lankan goal shooter just tends to reach with the one, and there we see Sri Lankan supporters cheering every goal as they go.
It's great to hear the crowd are getting more vocal now. It's going goal for goal.
We've got about 50 local Botswana individuals in the crowd, all with the Scotland flags. So good that we've got so many here for this first game, and I'm sure it'll just get busier as the word gets out across the town. But again, good take by Sutherland.
If you notice, obviously Beth Sutherland's the captain for Scotland, and her real forte is that cross-court ball where she's creating a lot of interceptions to take Scotland into a greater lead.
So quick offload there by the wing attack, follows through to the circle edge to support Goodwin. Great understanding in this attacking lineup for Scotland. And again, we see the change of the wing defence. Timeout called by Sri Lanka. Again, it's Antoine putting that pressure on. She's good on the tracking of the player.
And excellent in their elevation. That last footwork to turn and elevate to the ball. Superb. So we've got a switch by goalkeeper and goal defence in the circle. There's Beth Sutherland goes for the fly. Anything on the long ball. Unfortunately, just doesn't get it. It's gone in favour of Sri Lanka. Can they turn it? Oh, she's on a real roll, isn't she now? Hey? And she's got to go for 3 in a row. That's a better feed from Sri Lanka, and to seal the goal.
So Scotland move out into a healthy lead. Still nothing that Sri Lanka can do against that centre pass setup. Mixing up the structure, Scotland taking that ball through to goal safely. So Sri Lanka, what can they do in the closing minutes of this game? It's a healthy lead from Scotland. Just patiently working the ball, but often caught behind the Scotland defensive line. That's a good first time ball through from the goal attack from Sri Lanka. Rajapaksha. And Team Sri Lanka. There we see the banner, the local people supporting Sri Lanka. And there goes Goodwin on the roll, scoring the goal. So Scotland moving out now into this healthy lead, into the final quarter, final minutes. And there we see another goal secured, not without the pressure from the defence of Scotland. We've talked so much about this centre pass, but there we see court opening up there. Good work, good draw, creation of the space there by Goodwin for the Scotland goal attack. McDonald, she's on at the goal attack position for Scotland in this final quarter. Edgar Sutherland just trying to put the pressure on, but when the first time ball goes through to the back space for the goal shooter, it's a simple feed and successful for them.
It's interesting that the centre pass, the wing attack for Scotland was indicating for the centre to put it back, so they just changed their setup structure.
Good centre pass there. Better work from Sri Lanka. Taking that ball through to the circle edge. And centre call. Time out there by Scotland. So we see positional change. Centre for Scotland leaving the court.
And she's delivered the centre pass really, really well in this game.
Yes, Enan, great performance. And we see Love onto the wing attack. Takes that early ball, the first ball at the centre pass. And this would mean full squad performance by Scotland. What every coach wants to do in an opening game of the championships.
It's a great opportunity for the coach to be able to do that. The players have worked hard to get a good lead. All the bench are going to be played. It makes them settle, obviously, for the next and the future matches. So I think that's a great opportunity, and McDonald's using that to the full.
There goes Love again, speed out for the centre pass, but just too much on that one. Overcooked that one, gives Sri Lanka possession. So, can they break through this line of defence, particularly in the mid-court? Good pressure from Scotland, but there we see the long ball again through to the shooter, Wijanzingi. But just out of court there, Edgar. Good position, just accurate feed there. Ball to the shooter, who then just offloads to the goal attack, Rajapaksha. And again, same style. Just the high ball going through to the goal shooter from Sri Lanka. And that is Wijansingi.
So it looks like we're going to have a substitution of Goodwin on the goal shooter. She's played tremendously in this game.
Yes, great performance by Beth Goodwin, the Scotland goal shooter. And there we see Love just looking to feed that ball in.
She's a tall timber. It's obviously future development for Scotland. That's a really good first shot. That'll give her a lot of confidence.
And there we see our supporters still shouting strong, encouraging their teams on. Pretty even in this crowd. Supporters for Sri Lanka and those for Scotland. Good work by Antoine Sutherland through the mid-court, offloading to Love. Good strong arms over, but just caught on the obstruction there. Ewadiwa from Sri Lanka, the goal defence. Oh, good pressure. Good pressure from the wing defence. Wirakun from Sri Lanka. So combination is Barry and McCall for Scotland, holding strong with Goodwin on the bench. So goal attack MacDonald for Scotland. Put out a strong performance and still working hard on the defence when Sri Lanka are in possession. And good early ball through to goal as we approach the final minutes in this game.
Lots of pressure from the defending unit of Scotland. A 3-second call, so turnover. Scotland gain possession. Can we convert it with this new lineup? Excellent feed from the top of the circle to Barry, and she seals it. Another goal for Scotland.
So good performance. It's always hard coming on in the final quarter of a game. So there we see coaches happy from Scotland. They'll be pleased that all 12 players have made the court.
I think that's tremendous. It's great. I think Sri Lanka as well, they've taken opportunity to get their players out there. They've all contested right through the game.
So into the final seconds of this round one game, Sri Lanka versus Scotland, and it's Scotland and the coaching team there that will be pleased with this performance. Probably a shaky third quarter that they'll be looking to address, a 14-all scoreline, but definitely brought their game to Sri Lanka in this final quarter. And it's been a good, strong, solid performance by the whole squad. Players that stand out for you, Denise, in the Scotland line today?
Well, it's got to be the captain, Beth Sutherland. Turned over an awful lot of ball, and obviously Goodwin. She was predominantly the main shooter, but well done to their tactics of their centre pass attack. That broke Sri Lanka down. They didn't have any answers.
Yes, and there we see just a little bit of disappointment on the Sri Lankan bench, but there we see that's the final results, the end to the game, and a good, strong performance by the 12 players from Scotland. They were up early for this game today in Botswana. They can go back satisfied that they've all taken to the court. And there we see the Sri Lanka coach there applauding the team. She'll be pleased with some of the performances that have been put out onto court, but credit to the Scotland line and coaches just shaking hands at the end of this game. We'll be back for the second game of this competition, but for now it's a healthy victory for Scotland in this opening round at the Netball World Youth Cup. We'll be back for round two shortly.